Tonight, our story is a kind of carnival Christmas card in red and purple. Painted Veils, based on James Huneker's memorable and magnificent novel, is the portrait of a woman, Esther Brandis, the beautiful and perverse. But it's also the portrait of a man, Ulick Inverne, and of a city, New York. New York, when it was a big, small town entering the 20th century, the New York of 5-cent beer and Little Egypt, of Mark Twain and Lou Chow's and John L. Sullivan, and of grand opera that was very grand indeed. A town that was gay and young in the bright days before it grew into the sky. And tonight, starring as Ulick Inverne in Vincent McConnor's version for listening of Painted Veils, we have with us one of the most exciting and exceptional personalities in the world of motion pictures, Mr. James Mason. And with Mr. Mason, you'll be hearing Mercedes McCambridge as Esther Brandis, with the soprano magic of Eileen Farrell recreating Esther's singing voice. Kathleen Cordell plays Mona, and as Paul Goddard, Everett Sloane. Herewith, a Christmas card from Studio One. Please to begin.
Let's hear you vocalize. Not bad.
Really, you're exasperating. What do you mean, not bad?
I mean, not bad. Do it again. Quite right, Miss Brandis. You do indeed have a voice.
This Brandis girl is magnificent.
Yes, quite a voice.
Discovery of yours, isn't she?
Well, you might say she's a protégée of mine. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Oh, Monsieur Inverne. Good evening.
That voice.
Hey, Esther Brandis, she's back.
A voice. It's more wonderful than ever.
I have no ear for music, monsieur. All I want is a quiet corner where I can read my evening paper.
More wonderful than ever.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, midnight, Christmas Eve, we are privileged to broadcast the voice of the great American opera star, Esther Brandis, on a unique recording from the private collection of the noted music critic, Ulick Inburn. It was he who discovered Esther Brandis and coached her in many of her greatest operatic roles. Mr. Inburn has graciously come to our studios tonight to say a few words of introduction. Mr. Inburn.
She was a great artist, Esther Brandis. Yet, curiously, through the years, she came to be known, especially to recent generations, not as a great diva, but as one who sang a simple hymn of faith. Silent Night. Esther Brandis sang Silent Night every Christmas Eve, sometimes from Paris, on other occasions from South America, Chicago, or from a ship in mid-ocean. Tonight, once again, we are to hear the voice of Esther Brandis as it was recorded more than 25 years ago. As you listen now with me, I wonder if you, too, will hear her voice, not as it sounds on the record, but as it sounded many years ago. Young and glorious. The voice of Esther Brandis.
From Studio One at CBS, you have just heard James Mason in Fletcher Markle's production of Painted Veils by James Huniker. Another full-hour dramatic entertainment from radio's most celebrated playhouse. Tonight's script was especially prepared for this series by Vincent McConnor. The operatic excerpts were arranged and the original music composed by Curtis Biver and conducted by Alexander Semler. Now again, Mr. Markle.
May a producer identify the principals in our cast tonight? In the foreground, Ulick Inburn was played, of course, by Mr. Mason. I'm sorry.
Mr. Brandis?
Was Mercedes McCambridge, and Esther's singing voice was impersonated by Miss Eileen Farrell.
Mona Melton.
Was Kathleen Cordell.
Paul Goddard.
Was Everett Sloan.
Madame Felice?
Was Hester Sondergaard.
Madame Fouchard-Madi?
Was played by Lily Valenti. Actively assisting were Grant Richards, Hedley Rennie, Miriam Wolfe, Robert Dryden, Louis Quinn, and Gregory Morton.